Let's discuss homelessness in San Jose, my war on poverty plan for the nation, could also be for the state, okay, the surplus, and collective guilt, collective responsibility, and where it is actually a valid concept. Okay, so basically, I have a war on poverty plan. One version of it is $7.5 billion, okay, is all it takes to build 250,000 tiny homes with running water and about $30,000 each, okay, covering hidden fees and expenses, and the states and the federal government, etc., cities take on the utilities, right? And then kind of have a timer, what have you, or various methods of reducing the amount of water usage and electricity usage that the tiny homes use. That way it keeps the utilities expenses to a minimum, right? To a minimum. Pretty straightforward. So some people might ask, well, why should we have to house people? Why are they trying to house people in San Jose? One story goes they're trying to build 1,000 houses in San Jose, something like 100 per district. I'm not sure how many districts there are, but that is what I've been told, what I've heard. And seen in the news that they wanted to spend their $23 million surplus on the homeless. Okay? So first of all, let's look at this thing now. Society has failed in terms of governance, in terms of economics. We see just catastrophic failures. 1 in 4 little girls is molested, sexually molested. Okay? We see America contributes to 9 million people starving to death in the world every year. 3 million of them children with their foreign policy. But even if you don't grant that point because you don't understand geopolitics, geography and politics, geopolitics, the whole world, okay, world politics, you must understand that we have failed miserably in this society when there's 600,000 people homeless and the rich in America have something like $60 trillion of wealth set aside, what I'm told, okay? And I've read in the news that 23.5 million people in America are millionaires, and there's something around 600 billionaires. Elon Musk by himself could easily afford, he has somewhere around $300 billion in net worth. He could easily afford $7.5 billion. He can easily afford $30 billion and build 1 million of these tiny homes in America by himself. So this is a catastrophic collective failure. Let's also look at inmates, right? They get 3 hots in a cot. You're willing to build prisons, okay? You're willing to pretend that you couldn't win the war on drugs, okay? Everyone in America knows, unless they're an idiot, that we could have won the war on drugs a long time ago. Big times, okay? I used to hang out in the streets. I know this firsthand. I've met a lot of drug dealers in my life, a lot of bad people, okay? I live in California. I'll tell you for sure, the government collaborates with the drug dealers and to distribute the drugs. I know that for sure. If you don't know that, you're very naive, okay? People often say the government brings the drugs. Well, what happens then, right? They manage the flow of drugs for social engineering. Why do you think there's various corporate entities, corporate partnerships, transnational corporations? What do you think they talk about? They talk about their golf swing all day and that's it? Okay, these groups come together to look after corporate interests, which includes marketing campaigns that influence social life. If you don't know this, my goodness, then you're an idiot. The sum total result of their eugenics, gentrification, social engineering, social Darwinism, right? Scientific racism is we see a society with 600,000 homeless people, okay? We see the education system structured in a way for social engineering. Makes people want to drop out. Certain types of people with certain personalities and certain mentalities, right? Ment meaning mind, like in the word mental. Okay, certain mentalities, they don't want to go to school. I didn't want to go to school. I'm a brain surgeon's son, the son of 2 doctors. My dad used to spank me for getting bad grades, and I didn't want to go to school. Okay, I'll tell you right now, it's called the Board of Education for a reason, for more than one reason, right? People used to literally get spanked with a board, and it's fucking boring. Okay, let's not kid ourselves here. You have failed these people. You failed to govern them. You failed to effectively make a fair mental health system that these people can be a part of without being exploited by big pharmaceuticals and insurance companies, etc., and abused by these entities and groups in various ways. Your periodicals, publications, okay, your newspapers, they give hints and sometimes flat out explain to a large degree why you failed the disenfranchised people of all races in this country according to their specific situation. There's background stressors to consider. There's a spectrum of intelligence. There's developmental disorders, brain disorders. There's mental illnesses. Okay? Why should you help the poor? Why should you help somebody in the desert who's dying of thirst? Why should you give them a cup of water? It's called being a human being. Okay? You people are crazy when you don't get why to help the poor. You've lost it. You think it's fair to give inmates 3 hots in a cot for being serial rapists and murderers, okay? But it's not fair to house the homeless and to govern effectively, to give them opportunities just so you can say, hey, look at me compared to a homeless person, okay? It is very, very sick. And as I look at the situation and I see people call themselves Christians, they call themselves liberals with compassion, you know, they call themselves empathetic, empaths. There's all kinds of movements and spiritual groupings. There's all kinds of scientists that pretend to care. It is really upsetting to see the failure of America to this degree. They're talking about a $280 billion climate bill. They've given billions and billions of dollars in foreign aid to other countries. It takes less than $30 billion to build homes with running water and electricity that will end homelessness in America. And we just need simple food programs and things like that. We need to, you know, and we can solve the problem without raising taxes. Hell, California by itself could give up $30 billion for the whole country if they wanted to, and end homelessness in this country. Okay? We could start food programs. We could redistribute the food that is the wrong shape, the wrong color. When it, you know, from Salinas, the salad bowl. We could do all kinds of things that we're not doing. Okay? One of the first steps is giving these people houses. I see in the news in the subtitles, okay, it said that 250 people died in San Jose last year who were homeless. We're talking hypothermia, we're talking preventable deaths, the works. While you people sit there in Almaden, arrogant scum. The city council does a little something, but they don't want to risk their necks like a true leader would to tell the exact root causes of the problem, to risk their career and their families. They don't want to do that. No politician in America seems to want to do that. Okay? You people sit there downtown in Santana Row. You sit there like you're not privileged fucking scum. Let me tell you something. I'm the son of 2 doctors, 1 a brain surgeon. My dad's a humanitarian. Okay? And the way I've been treated in this county is inexcusable. It is irreversible. A bunch of indecorous, okay, classless trash. True class is moral precision, not money. You people sit there every fucking day like you're better than me. You raised your daughters to shun me. You turn your backs on the homeless. You people are fucking cowards. And you all need to be told about yourselves. You won't rally with me to bring a morality to America. You won't rally with me to end homelessness. You won't rally with me for my war on poverty plan, which is pinpointed, solid sense and truth. You're just going to sit there while this country goes to hell. Little girls are raped, people starve, people die homeless. You're just going to sit there because you basically are Satanists. Whether you're self-proclaimed or not. You're selfish, you're petty, you're cowardly. Why won't you do the right thing? Do any of you wonder why I got upset? Do any of you wonder why anyone would get so upset about these issues? Little girls are being sexually molested because of the cultures which come as a result of people refusing to live in reality. The word morality can be seen as a play on words for more reality. They refuse to wake up and smell the coffee and do what's right. People are being raped and abused. They're being exploited. They're being drugged unfairly. There's peer pressure, okay? There's the social media influence. There's media influence. People have lost their fucking minds. I've been studying them for many years with my masterful martial insight, okay? And people think they should suppress my videos because they're worried about their social status while people suffer. You know what you call a rich person in a society where people suffers? Okay, a piece of shit that must be the lowest of the lowlives in that society. How dare you be rich while so many people suffer? You ego-filled, petty, miserable, horrible people. Whore able, prostituting yourselves to materialism and not living a life of morals, walking in the way of righteousness along the path of justice. You people even edit my videos and change my voice so people don't take me seriously. We are talking petty. We are talking sadistic, hedonistic, pitiful. Pitiful. And it needs to stop. But guess what? It's too late to ever build a society worth living in. Thanks for coming out. You ruined it for your offspring. I hope you're very proud of yourselves.